These niggas ain't happy because they got all the money, but they don't have fields and lands and countries and maids, and they don't have no structure to the money that they have. They should have, they should be having people working for them, man. They don't have no business equity or knowledge or anything, man. All they do is have money, like you said, a slave. Have money and they got to spend it or they got to have put it in a bank. That's no fun.
But that's not true riches. You look back at Job, you look back at Abraham, our forefather. What made him rich? He had servants, he had cattle, he had land. That's wealth.
Yeah. Solomon chose, he said, I'd rather have wisdom than all these riches and things upon the earth.
Because of that, the Lord gave him everything.
Abundance, yeah.
I had a quick precept, real quick. This is Romans 6:15. What you saying, Jake ain't never happy, he ain't never satisfied. Even Esau ain't satisfied. It's a clown. They say he never keep it at home. It says, this is Romans 6:15. It says, what then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? The Most High forbid. Know ye not that to whom you yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are to whom you obey? Yeah. A lot of our people sell out for money, for this world, for this damn tangible shit that's going to be burnt up. That ain't going to go with you to the grave. Yeah. But you sell yourself off for that. You become a servant unto that. Yeah. You're supposed to serve the Heavenly Father with you forever. That's why Solomon got everything. He served him that cannot die. He's the God of the living, not of the dead. He said, go ahead.
79:1-18. Neither the silver nor the gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
Woo, read that again.
Neither the silver nor the gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
You hear that? A Jake that got money, you hear that? You damn pastors that got money. The Lord ain't dealing with your money. He don't give a damn about that. He's about your soul, your spirit. If it's off, you getting cast into that lake, which burning with fire and brimstone. Say all liars shall have that part in the lake that burn with fire and brimstone, man. And a lot of these celebrities, they got bent over, got through the rectum. Then they say he that abuses himself with mankind. You abuse yourself with Esau, Edom. You bent down and done what he wanted you to do, and now you are destroyed. Saying if a man give up his soul, the whole world to lose his own soul, you gain everything.
That's that base state we are talking about. You become base, like it said, the beggar. You go back into these beggarly elements,
man.
And that beggar, I forget the word, the definition, but Most High don't like a beggar. He call it beggarly elements. So that means a beggar is some of a base state or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Go ahead.
I'm gonna look up that word beggar because the Apocrypha goes into it, and it goes beautifully into it. This is Ecclesiasticus 18 and 32. Well, I started 31. It says, if thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee. Take not pleasure in much good cheer. As he said, you can't do one thing, just all of it. It says is a false balance. You got to be balanced with it. That's why the Lord gives you your daily bread. You got enough sometimes, you ain't got enough.
A false balance is
abomination. See, that's how the Lord wants you to be. Like, hey, depend on me. Even the lions that say they roar in the wilderness for food, and he give it to them, and they praise the Most High after they find it. It says, it all comes from the Lord. It says, take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof. See, Jake is tied to the expense. That's why Jake ended up broke. At the end of it, he tied to the expense of just being a client. He got 5 cars, can't even drive one of them and shit. He on tour so much, he can't even live in the damn mansion he got. So what the hell is the point of having that?
And if he drive one of those cars, he's getting stopped by Esau.
He's like, you know what I am? Chris Rock, whoever the hell he is. And you still a nigga in the eyes of Esau, man. This is the point. This is verse 33. Ecclesiasticus 18 and 33. It says, be not made a beggar.
Be not made a beggar, man. That's worse. That means you make yourself non-useful, non-available. Like you're not worthy of anything because you have yourself to make do or go out and make do, but you sit there and be a beggar, man. Go ahead.
It says, be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing.
Get the word beggar.
When thou hast nothing in thy purse,
Yep.
You have nothing to give the person that you borrowed from. Didn't it say that we was going to be made the tail, not the head?
Yep.
The borrower is servant to the lender. Esau is the lender.
Yeah.
And all the nations too, but Esau is that top one, and that's why people find themselves.
Yep.
Instead of acquiring this wisdom like us, we lowly, but we don't need nothing from Esau.
Yep.
We don't need a damn thing from this clown. We get everything from the Heavenly Father, which is only using Esau as a tool to help us out. It says, when thou hast nothing in thy purse, for thou shalt lie in wait for thine own life and be talked on.
Yeah. What it said, when you have nothing in your purse,
it said, be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing.
Yeah.
When thou hast nothing in thy purse.
See?
Yeah, you had nothing to give.
Yeah.
You know? It says, for thou shalt lie in wait for thine own life. You know how somebody owe you money, they looking for it?
Yeah.
You got a fleet time. They like polite.
Yeah.
They want this dude dead and shit because he stole all that money, right?
Yep.
It's like that. You gonna be talked on and people gonna be looking for your life because
and you'll be known as a beggar, man. You'll be like, all he does is like
he
begs and stuff. The woman won't respect you at all being a beggar, and she'll put you on blast. Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiasticus 40:28. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for it is to die than to beg.
It's better to die and to beg. We're going to get to the meaning of beggar right now. Go ahead.
It says beggar, etymology, one who asks alms, especially as a way of life.
it's a way of life.
So it says, what is that? Arms, it says?
Yeah, one who asks alms,
That's alms.
especially as a way of life.
Especially as a way of life. Say alms is, so what is alms? What is,
It could be money, it could be food.
So what is it? Look that up right quick. Yeah, it could be money or food. But they said as a way. It says as a way of life, though. You're gonna look it up, though.
What did Paul say? He said, "Man that don't work, don't eat."
Yeah, because you can have nothing in your purse and being like, you know what? I don't have anything, but all I can offer is my service. I could wash, you know, I could do something for you. You know what I'm saying? Paint your house. I got a trade.
Yeah.
I got skills, man.
Yeah.
And they'll hire you, man. I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
It says alms, charitable relief of the poor. It says that which is given to relieve the poor or needy. And it says act of relieving the needy.
Yeah. So basically, you pitying yourself to where somebody is calling yourself poor to where somebody got to help you. You use that as a means of a life, like you know, looking down at yourself like I don't got no money, just begging on the street, like you're not capable of doing what they do.
You see Jake do that.
You see Jake do that. Yeah,
Damn,
people that wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, man. You can't do. You can't get up and try to go get a job, man.
I see this one Jake every day on the off-ramp, man, right by the 405. Every morning, this nigga just standing there with a sign, man.
Yeah.
Perfectly able-bodied while he work. He'd rather just stand there and beg.
Yeah.
The life of him that dependeth on another man's table
At another man's table. Go ahead.
is not to be counted for life.
Not to be counted for life. Go ahead.
For he polluteth himself with other men's meat.
Other men's meat, man.
But a wise man, well nurtured, will beware thereof.
Well nurtured to be where thereof, man. Because you know what? Even though somebody keep giving you money, don't worry about it. It's still, they're looking at your character. They're going to eventually look, their spirit is going to look upon you and say, damn, wait a minute, that's all he does is take money from me. You know, you got to have some integrity. Like, no, you know, I borrowed from you that one time, but I'm trying to get a job. I'm working. You know, I'm trying to work, whatever it may be. Have some integrity about yourself, man. Some stand up about yourself, man. And things will come to you. They'll be like, you know what? I got a job for you. Shit. I thought you were just, you know, a hard time you're going to get back with. Or they'll get a phone call or something will come through, man. It happens all the time. But if you got that heart of a beggar that somebody owes you something, like a lot of Jakes think Most High owes them something. Like Most High, like even some men that had been in the truth. Man, I've been in the truth, man. 5 years, man. I ain't never got nothing, man. Like they think the Most High owes them something. Most High don't owe you nothing, man. You supposed to keep your integrity, man. Keep yourself. It says the man shall live by the sweat of his brow, getting his daily bread. You know, you reap what you sow, those kind of things, man. So you be a man and be a character, you know. We all need help sometime. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, your wife is a helpmeet. We're fighting against the beast in the system. There's going to be some type of things like that in your life. You're going to have that dry spell.
And even in that, time of leisure, you get it to read it. It makes you better in the truth, because maybe the Lord want to drag you down and be like, get into the scriptures. Yeah. Start really tapping more into faith. That's right.
Open up your confidence.
Open up your confidence, you know.
You know.
Like Paul said, he said, I know how to abound, and I know how to be abased. Yeah. Both to abound and to suffer need. He said that, like, I know to be in both places, and I'm still in the Lord.
And I want to say this too, because we're looking at the fact that we mentioned Esau and Jacob. We mentioned the struggle, the war. We mentioned the wrestlers into dishonor. Esau has been set up to be an enemy, and he set up these elements against us in this worldly system against us. So a lot of times this thing happens in your mind to where you can feel defeated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just by the false characterism that's been placed in this world of having, you got to have a car to be a man. You gotta have a car, garage to be a man, or have some money, a gang of money on you to be an importance, to be a man. You know, if you living with your woman, you're not a man, or if you're not getting pussy like that next man, huge hefner, you ain't got a house full of hoes. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not on that level. The hell with that, man. Be a man anyway. Be a man anyway, without a car, if you have to take the bus, if you might have a dry spell of getting pussy, still be a man. Say, hey, you know what? They hoes anyway, man.
That's cool. I'm my person.
It don't got nothing to do with it. That's Esau put that. That's the devil in your head.
Right, masculinity is all about assertiveness and
aggression. And all the ingredients is in the Bible. Integrity, long suffering.
There it is.
Patience. That's what men are. Like a man, you know, like Esau try to make you trip out. A woman will try to make you trip out. What we got to do about these bills? She'll try to get you in her feelings to make you a distraught man. No, you got to be like, shit. Well, I'm going to work. I'm going out there. I'm waking up early morning. Whatever I have to take. You might come home that day with $50, but you made something that day, and you get to give your child you gotta tell your kids, man. Look your kids in the eye, man. It ain't gonna be all peachy all the damn time, man. You gotta teach your young children to be soldiers, man.
You gotta get out here.
Like, son, hey, you know, it might get to a point you grow up to be 18 and I ain't around. What you gonna do? And then you have hard times like me. So I'm just telling you that. Hey, I'm telling you right in your face and look you in the eye as a man. Like, you know, it's a hard time for me right now.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna bow down. I ain't gonna be consumed by that.
Don't lose hope.
And don't lose hope.
Hey, you always tell them, don't you got food?
Yeah,
you got food. Don't you got a place?
Yeah.
Well, there it is. That's it. As I said, a man should be content with a house to cover shame, food, clothing. You know, and the blood of the grape. If you got it like that.
Because a lot of these men's gonna break down when this shit go down, man.
Yeah,
when they don't have no food on their table.
Man,
go ahead.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 8:7. And if a man love righteousness or labors on virtues, for she teaches temperance and prudence, justice, and fortitude.
Prudence, justice, and fortitude. Go ahead.
Which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life.
Nothing more profitable in their life. There's a situation where a man had a family. It was a Jake, and he had about 4 children. He had a house. He had a 2-car garage. He lost all that and killed him. He killed his family and himself. And I was like, that he got into that weak feminine nature, you know. And I'm talking in the spirit, because, you know, men, you know, sometimes we get down, and, you know, sometimes you might shed a tear as a man, but you still have to have that inwardly soldier lifestyle about you. Like, you know, this is just hard times. But even, let's say that man, his children had to go into like live with their auntie or great grandma or something, or even get adopted. Who knows? You gotta look, you know, get his children. Some of them might be children, babies or something, but his children that's able to understand them. Look, hey, you might have to live with your grandma, but be a man over there. Take care of your grandma. Learn some things around the household, you know. And then, you know, you got to show them, like, you know, that's the strength of a man, to show his sons how to deal with the world when he go about. Because a son ain't gonna be under his father's roof forever anyway.
That's the ultimate thing what Paul said. Like, that's why he wrote that. He's like, man, I know how to be abased and I know how to abound. But it was all in the Lord.
It was
He's
all
like,
in
whatever
the Lord.
it happens is of the Lord, man.
And we're not.
Because a lot of these clowns don't know that other side. Like you said, the dude, when he lost everything, you just gave up and fucking killed everybody and then you killed yourself. That's a weak ass nature. That's a woman's fucking nature. It said a woman, my man Virgil, Roman Republic, he said a woman is a changeable and fickle thing. It ain't changing over 2,000 years. It's the same thing. A man ain't supposed to be that. It mentioned fortitude, right? If a brother can look up fortitude, that was one of the characteristics of being a man. So you're going to have justice, prudence, fortitude. Prudence means carefulness. Sagacious means a quick perception. You know what the hell is going on. Like you said, if things change, you know how to change with it. Like a good boxer, you know how to change it up. That makes a good fighter. If you don't change it up, you get hit with the same punch. You ain't changing with it, man. You're doing the same old thing. That's insanity.
Paul said that, to him that is weak, I become weak. To him that is a Jew, that I become a Jew. And
so that I might save some. There might be brothers that's in a weak state, but they ain't got a weak spirit. That's the difference. Like, brothers might be down and out. Like you say, you got a dry spell, no kubak. You ain't got no money, but you still walking with your, you know, like the Most High God. And that's what did they call it? Confidence. Which means with faith. We with Yahweh Shema Shah. We got faith in Yahweh Shema Shah.
And that's value in the spirit.
That's valuable.
The spirit is more than women, man. You gonna
more
get
than money.
It's more than money. It's more than women. All those things gonna be added into you, man. Following the commandments. Go ahead.
Right. It says fortitude, courage in pain or adversity.
Courage in pain or adversity. Woo! Didn't it say that? Didn't it say the men are tried in the
furnace of adversity?
Sirach 2 and 5, Bubba Shaw, you can get it real quick. It goes into that. Righteous men, I think, it said, are tried in the furnace of adversity. Yeah. And then it's in Wisdom of Solomon too. Go ahead.
Sirach 2:5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
In his adversity. We just looked it up.
Acceptable
fortitude.
men.
Acceptable men. It said, that's what fortitude men said, courage in the midst of adversity and pain. Woo!
I got that etymology for it.
Go ahead.
It's strength, force, firmness, manliness, strong, brave.
Strong, brave, firmness, manliness. This generation, this society ain't got that. When you lose your goddamn Zales bag or whatever the hell, these men is gonna bug the hell out, man. Because you don't have it up here. You gotta have it in your mind. You gotta have it in your spirit to get through it. That's how the men survive war. You think they just gave up their whole platoon wiped out? You gotta get back to that rally point. You gotta have fortitude. Like, I gotta make it through this shit. Hey, you gotta. Hey, that movie 1917 show you that. He had to make it through, even though he lost his comrade. He's like, fuck that, I gotta keep moving. I got a mission. That's the difference between men and women, man. A woman ain't never gonna have that. I don't give a damn. Put her in the battlefield, and she lose her whole platoon, and you by yourself. Let's see if you can make it out. Make it to the rally point.
Because a lot of these things are an imagination of this devil. He magnified it. It's not even really as it is. But he magnified it to where it seems that way.
Welcome to
like,
the world,
you know what I'm saying? A lot of Jakes have been consumed by women. You know, because they got so much power with the system, with the beast. They get scared of, you know, that they got child support or court. What will happen? She'll call the police. You know, and all these things that they threaten you with. They brothers will jump you or something. You know, I used to tell it. Like when I dealt with females, they always had these gang member brothers, and I'll get my brother to. I'm like, go get your brother. You know, that was my spirit though. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But I'll tell them that, and then, but nothing ever end up happening.
Nothing ever end up happening.
You know what I'm saying?
But
But
she see you as a real man, like you would twist his fucking head up.
Yep.
And you would, like, when it comes to gang members, these niggas that's raw, a true man can twist the dude's head up with just words.
Exactly.
You just twist him up with your presence.
Yeah.
Like, you just tell him, man, hey man, you got it.
Yeah.
And he know when you look him in the eye, you got it.
Yeah.
Remember the apostle when the one dude came? We call him Pacquiao. Remember the apostle came? My apostle called, said, "Hey, me and you, we're gonna go take a walk.
Yeah.
And one of us is gonna come back." And he was serious about it.
Yeah.
See, a man when he talking to you, he's serious about it. This ain't no joke. This ain't no games.
Yeah.
This is not first grade. This ain't kindergarten.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this walk. Me and you, mano a mano, and one of us is
But his whole spirit about himself,
That's
the
it.
patience that he had.
Yeah.
A lot of men can't even talk to another man.
Woo.
It's like emotional outbursts. You know what I'm
like
saying?
the big woman, black woman.
And that goes into the other one.
Prudence. Yep.
It's, for prudence, intelligence,
Intelligence. Discretion.
foresight,
Foresight.
wisdom.
Foresight means you seeing before things happen. You circumspect about things.
Quick
And it said what? Wisdom?
Wisdom to see what is suitable or profitable.
The wisdom to see what is suitable or profitable, man. So that's basically you being circumspect, dissecting everything. You know, that's why a lot of times when you go into the store, if you have a certain look up on your face with discernment or what could I say, circumcision or being circumspect,
Circumspect is just looking around.
yeah. They keep an eye on you. It's almost if you're gonna rob the place. Because basically you didn't decoded everything, you didn't tore apart everything in there, like with your mind. You didn't like, okay, yep, that person, that, you about that. Y'all sneaky, y'all looking at me. You know what I'm saying? You just.
I like how you said that because you walk into a place like Neo, you decoded everything.
Yeah,
you see the
decoded.
damn numbers and everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We got one chip because we already just decoded it right when we walked in. Your spirit changed the whole place, the whole vibration.
Yep. You see when Jake, when we go for food or something, we look. Jake didn't usually look at the ingredients. You know, on some chip, whatever it is. You read the ingredient, they look at you strange because you ain't supposed to be looking like. They like it's a can of it's a can of beans. You want to have pork in there, you got to read the ingredients. What is he doing? Like, that's letting the world know that, or that's that vibration you have on you. Something is changing. That's that molecular structure being changed. That's that being more than dust, being more than ashes, being more than dry bones, man. People are seeing you alive. Like, damn, he done scoped everything out there. Like a woman, we always say, when a woman, it's the main camp that the woman passes, and even the camps abroad. When the woman passes, she'll cover up herself like she's actually naked, physically naked, because what she's basically looking at us seeing her, being able to see her shame dressed as a harlot or harlot wear, So the spirits know, or people know, the vibration of things is real, man, and how you dissect and how you the look and the discernment of a man's face. It even says the wisdom shall change
shall make a man's face to shine. Yep. And that's beautiful because the reason women get all through, messed up is because all these just regular clowns, betas, they looking at the woman for what she actually went outside to get, attention, and you want the box. But then when she comes across the men of the Lord, we looking at that too, like, yeah, okay. But we looking at more. What else can you do?
Exactly.
She know I ain't got no other qualities, so I'm ashamed. Because I can't really do nothing else. I can't cook. I can't clean. Ugly as hell. This ain't my real hair. This ain't my real nails.
Yeah.
I ain't this tall. I don't really look like this.
This ain't my ass, indeed.
Yeah. So
that's why I think a lot of people, like when they see Denzel, a lot of roles he played, he kind of played a lot of the similar roles, and he always had that similar role of knowing things to kind of put question into his opponent's mind. Like even that new movie, Equalizer, the second they got a trailer out, and he walks and he talking to these men, and he's like, "What happened to the little girl?" And they was like, "Well, they kind of got puffed up as he said a couple of words, and then he said, well, he kind of walked away.
Like,
and
usually I give you a chance.
Yeah, usually I give you a chance, and he just walked and locked the door and shit. Like he locked them in with him.
He's like, with me, y'all think I'm about to get.
I'm the dangerous. So it made them think like, damn, like,
shit,
what the fuck is this man about? Or that mob movie
The Irishman.
The Irishman.
Yeah.
No, it was not that. No, it
Was
was
the Irishman?
Kingsman.
Was it the one with Al Pacino in them? Was it that new one? With Al Pacino.
Well, no, it was somebody went into a bar. The Edomites, it was like hillbillies went into a bar, went into their establishment.
Oh, I think it was.
And he said,
it was a mob movie. I think it was either a Bronx Tale.
I think it was a Bronx Tale.
It was probably a Bronx Tale.
Yeah, Bronx Tale. And he went in, and he was like, he disrespected them. His server, their server, because they own the establishment.
Yeah.
And then he said, and then the hillbilly got in his face. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He just talks shit or whatever.
He's like, why don't you just leave?
Yeah, why don't you just leave? And I think he took the beer glass of beer and broke it on the counter or on top of that dude's head, the server's head or something like that. It was really kind of like a violent strike or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they went into the restroom.
And then they locked the door.
They locked all the doors.
Now he's like, now you can't leave.
Yeah, he said it calm as hell, like didn't have a motion in his body, so to speak. He said, now you can't leave. And they was like, they look on their face was like, oh shit, like what is he talking about? You know, because it was like 10 of them, like it's about 7 or 8 of them, and it was just a few of them, but all their mob members, family members came from the back, started just beating them up. It was some motorcyclist, like some Harley Davidson.
The Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that man. Though that's why we say these words are powerful, man. They cutting people, man. They cutting Esau. You know, this word is putting. He don't know, but this word is putting him in his base state again. So he's, even though he got this mass project of a new world order and the things built up, he's learning about himself being a base man in the scriptures over and over again. So he's like, and he's kind of like going out on a limb now, like, damn, this, you know, because all this the so-called greatness that people marvel, it could be brought down with fire, and it's going to be brought down. So this thing, the materialistic projection of things don't mean anything, man. Even with David and Goliath, man. And we're exercising that in our mind. Even being in bondage with the elements, you know, such as those things. Death, you know, the fear of things, you know, heights and all that. How we going to be fear of heights and we going to be flying, man?
Right.
We going to have to be changed, man. Because of this frequency of this devil, this mass project of this devil keeps you down, man. Or it keeps fighting at you, you know. It keeps putting you in that bondage state, you know. You hear about the news, people getting shot. Hearing about people getting buried every day, you know. It fucks with your mind, man. Or losing your family, losing women, your woman. She helped you. You know, she was a crutch. She helped you when you was down, you know, and then now she don't want you there no more. And it kind of, you didn't got yourself attached to those things. That's why the Most High said, love not, you know, hate your mother, love not these things more than me. Because when you get attached to them, you start actually caring so much to where you become consumed by them. Like you're not supposed to fall in love with a woman. It breaks you, man. You kill men that have killed themselves over losing women, man. Well, I can't live if you're not here. I can't live because they remember so many things that they had attached themselves with. This is not time to attach yourself with. You got to be, Most High got to give you a different body, a mind state in the royal kingdom to give you women. Solomon had to be the wisest man in the world for him to have 700 wives and 300 concubines. That will consume, one woman will consume Jake now. How you gonna have 700 women and 300 concubines? You in the ground, you dead.
You dead after the 1 year.
Yeah. You gone. You can't even handle that. Plus they fine, and Jake can't even handle fine women, man.
We was at another state you gotta remember, we coming from a side of the world where you can have more than one woman. A woman ain't shit.
Yeah.
She a goddamn, like Watazak say, a goddamn bowl of peanuts.
Yeah.
You eat a few of them, all right, I'm done with
Yeah,
it.
pass them
You
on
push
to-
them to the side and shit.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, man. That's what a woman is, man. They're nothing. This is what it's all about. This is what Solomon prayed for
Yep.
first off, and then got everything else. And that's why we're gonna gain the kingdom. We're gonna have the joint heirship with the Lord, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
He coming for men of like mind,
Yep.
not of this world. If you are this world, you're gonna be destroyed with this world.
Get that.
He's talking about a world to come, a world of righteousness.
Yeah, come on.
If you don't want that, then you through.
That's why we mentioned, look up the word beggar again, because it's talking about returning to the beggarly elements.
Oh yeah, the beggarly elements of this world.
You know, and
You want me to get that scripture?
yeah, kind. And that definition of beggar, because that word beggarly elements, like these elements, they like you could be consumed by the very elements that were created by men. Like it even says in the scriptures, the man is more than the thing he created, but he serves that which is created. He's bowing down to the creature that was created by his own hands.
Yeah, you through.
You're supposed to be a god over those things that you create, man. Go ahead, get this the definition first. Go ahead.
A person, typically a homeless one, who lives by asking for money or food.
Now, you had another definition. Yeah. That's why I see Esau watered everything down, man. You gotta go back to some original definitions of things, man. Go ahead.
Beggar etymology, one who acts arms, especially as a way of life.
Alms as a way of life. So then we looked up alms, and it said charity given into somebody in a poor state, or some of that effect. So now we're going to read that scripture, the beggarly elements.
This is you want me to go to the point or start?
Start at the point. Yeah.
Con. This Galatians.
Well, you can go. Yeah, go.
Con, this
back.
Galatians 4 and 8.
Yep.
Howbeit then, when ye knew not the Most High, ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods.
Yeah, by nature they're no gods. They're idols. They just sit there. It's all in your mind, man. You know. Go ahead.
But now, after that ye have known the Most High.
So now you got no Most High. You know these knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Most High. You know these scriptures. Know what the Most High wants. Go ahead.
Yep, I'll read that again.
Yep.
But now, after that ye have known the Most High,
Yep.
or rather are known of the Most High,
Known of the Most High. Go
how
ahead.
turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements?
Now that word weak is in there too. Weak and beggarly elements. So basically, that word beggar to giving one who get ass see his ass especially as a way of life. So you know, as a way of life is a key word in that, because you know you can ask somebody wants something, but as a way of life, that's you extending your worth. You know what I'm saying, to where they able to find trust in you or worth in you. You know, so you keep begging somebody, people are like, that's